Ezio Auditor. Brave of you to stand alone against me, but also quite foolish. Assassin.
Hey there, Dan Penn. Welcome on in. Welcome to another stream of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood as part of my annual 2023 playthrough. Finished the main game and the side content I wanted to do with it. So we're actually going to be doing the Da Vinci Disappearance DLC. Before I jump into that though, I just want to have a look at things to refill for Ezio and repair as well. That's all good.
Do come again.
Do come again.
If surgery is required,
Remember to mention me to your amici. That's all good.
Next time. Buona fortuna.
Buona fortuna. So this DLC actually takes place between sequence 8 and 9 of the story. But I mean, I've tried before to integrate it into the main game story by exiting out of the game after sequence 8 is finished, but it just messes with the flow of the main game story by doing that.
No harm in browsing. Ciao. Hey.
But I mean, it still works if you do it afterwards. Like the story of the DLC still works if you leave it until after you finish the main game. But if you're trying to do like a chronological playthrough, I mean,
Why would anyone carry on like that?
I always feel like there's always differences in playing a game for your own enjoyment versus playing the game for your own enjoyment, but you're also streaming it for people, you know. And I find that, like, personally, I wouldn't mind, you know, myself exiting out of the main game at sequence 8 and then jumping into the DLC, doing that, and then finishing off the main game after that. But personally, I just feel for streaming purposes, it's good to keep the flow of the pace of the main game story going, and then just do this separately. And that makes me remember something too about my playthroughs this year of games that have DLC, is that even if it's on a stream day where I have more time to stream, I'm still going to make the DLC content actually separate. So, for example, this stream naturally had to be a separate one because of the fact that I finished playing the main game really late my time, which was, I think it was like 2 in the morning when I finished it. So that's the reason why this DLC stream is separate from that. But when it comes to finishing a game and still having time that day to stream more content, and there's DLC for the playthrough, then I'll still end the stream and then start up another one fresh so that I'm jumping into the DLC, and that way people, when they're actually looking at the VODs and when they're watching it on YouTube, they can sort of like go, oh, okay, so the DLC is a separate video. That's cool. At least they know when it starts and when it ends. Whereas if I just keep the DLC as part of the one stream, and I jump from finishing the story into the DLC, and maybe the person just wants to watch the DLC one time. They don't want to have to scrub through the video and try and find the point where I stopped the main game and started the DLC. It's good to have a separate stream that they can just look at. So that's another reason why this year I've decided to do that. Where it kind of gets a bit weird though is when you have the title, when you have the playthrough with a certain title that I give it, with part 1, 2, 3, 4, however many parts, and then doing the DLC separate. Like, I could just change the title so it just says DLC part 1, and I might even still do that once the stream's finished, but it does feel a bit weird to just not have that as part of the title. Alrighty then, so we're just about to jump into the DLC, and the challenge rules for this playthrough are still in effect for the DLC as well. And this is the command for people to see how many times I've taken fall damage, and fingers crossed it's just the one time. There was a race with a timer, and you start up the top of the Colosseum, and you have to parachute down to the bottom where the next checkpoint is. And in this game, if you're using the parachute, if you cancel the parachute, the game doesn't let you start opening up another one straight away. However, in Revelations, the next game after this, it lets you do that. So I forgot that tiny little difference between the two games and how the parachute mechanic works, and that's what caused me to take the fall damage, because I let go of the parachute expecting to just be able to make another parachute appear, but that didn't happen, so Ezio fell down and took damage. So far that's the only time I've taken fall damage in the playthrough. Because Desmond's in a coma at this point,
I must be getting lazy in my old age. I did not know you had returned to Roma.
you get a different lead in.
Ezio seems to be remembering something. Something from 1506.
Desmond's heart rate is increasing. I'm administering a sedative.
No. The missing data may be there. The Piece of Eden is useless until we have it. Let him continue.
Yes, William.
There we go. So if you finish the main game story and Desmond's in a coma, you get that little sequence when you do this DLC. Whereas if you do this DLC when Desmond is still, in Montelegione, then you'll get a different lead into this DLC than what we just heard.
Salahi, is that you? Ezio. I must be getting lazy in my old age. I did not know you had returned to Roma.
Unfortunately, I cannot stay. I'm here to charter a ship.
Let me assist you. I know a captain. He's very discreet. Hang on, I have the name recorded somewhere.
What are you working on?
Oh, this? A hobby of mine. Of course you are familiar with Pythagoras.
Remind me.
The brilliant scholar from Grecia who discovered many secrets about the heavenly spheres and our cosmos.
These symbols come from him?
Ever since my exploration of that strange apple, they have been stamped on my mind. I found symbols like them in the writings of the Pythagorean disciples. I am afraid the captain's name escapes me.
The apple has been put to rest. Perhaps it would do you good to focus on painting. You seem to be doing decent work on this one.
Ha! You are kind. However, even I can see that she is badly drawn. And that smile, overdone, meaningless. But forget painting. I made a breakthrough in my research several days ago. A huge discovery. Salai, can you bring them? Oh, he's not back. I intended to accompany you to the docks, but we cannot leave my workshop without my assistant.
Bene, an easy task.
I am afraid you underestimate Salai.
Wait and see.
Suit yourself. You will likely find him at La Volpe Addormentata.
I always love that little moment where Ezio says, you know, perhaps you should focus on painting. You seem to be making good progress with this one. And Leonardo's like, you know, it's badly drawn, and that smile, meaningless. So I'm not massively into and knowledgeable about art history, but I do know that to this day, people still don't know why the Mona Lisa has a smile. So I like how they address that in this DLC by doing a tongue-in-cheek way of having Leonardo basically dismiss it and say, ah, the smile is meaningless. A roll of the dice. Find Leonardo's assistant, Salai, at the Thieves Guild and bring him back to Leonardo's workshop. Full synchronization. Do not drop below 4 health squares.
Di nuovo!
I told you those dice were lucky.
Fortuna wishes she were as good as me.
Gian Giacomo.
I do not answer to that name.
Salai.
Better, but not good enough. Yes! Di nuovo!
Leonardo, your master, requests your presence.
Let him wait.
No.
Nice hood. Are you one of Julius's monks?
My church is not of God.
Outside the kingdom of God is the realm of men. You worship there, Messere?
Come with me and find out.
It has been fun, but I must go.
Please, do not depart. The game is not finished.
Sorry, but a better offer has arisen. Lead on, Messere.
The 3 men from the dice game follow us. Stay quiet.
Why? Sentite! I am done playing!
So are we!
Merda! Get him!
Killer! There is a killer loose! Run!
You are an inspiration to us all. Grazie, davvero, amico.
There is only one man in Roma who can put on a show like that. You must be Ezio Auditore.
Come. We need to return to Leonardo right away.
You do not talk much, do you? Fine. I will run ahead. You catch up.
Hey there, Ryu. Welcome, dude. How's things? Hey, Spectrum, welcome. How is it going? That's excellent, Ryu. I'm glad to hear that you're going well, dude. Oh, you did, Spectrum. Congratulations. Congratulations on reaching affiliate. That is awesome, Spectrum. Congratulations on that. It's definitely one of those situations where, you know, you really look forward to it. So I'm glad that you were able to make it to that. That's awesome, Spectrum. GG's. Console that. Hey there, dude. Thank you so much for the 19 months in a row. That is amazing. Thank you, Console that. Good luck, Assassino. Thank you so much. Thanks for the good luck wishes. Thank you very much for that. I hope you're going well. Hope things have been going good. That's okay, Spectrum. No trouble at all.
The executioner is a consummate professional and took great offense when his victim was expedited.
These strangers do not quit.
Disciples wearing similar robes appeared once before. They sought an object I had in my possession.
You mean the piece of Eden?
Leonardo told you?
Tells me everything.
I fear his indiscretion has cost us greatly. We must warn him.
Say no more. I know the best route home. I take it every morning after the taverns close. Follow me.
Taverns do the reunion of reap and Trastevere once the sun has set. The Guardia are attempting to control the recent outbreaks of violence.
I'm going around. How about some fun on the rooftops?
Leonardo told me that he had discovered something important.
He has been exploring a hidden catacomb for years now. I think he came to Roma to find it. You have no idea what he is like. He works on this all the time. He never takes me out. And he's so cheap. I have to beg him for money.
He actually gives coins to you?
More or less. What he does not know will not hurt him. Allora, you're from Firenze. Tell me more. It is too early in the day for fighting. Follow me.
Leonardo discovered something in the catacombs?
He found the entrance to a temple. Something he read about in his books. I've not seen him that excited in years.
Did he say anything else?
That the temple contains the perfect number. Something discovered by some scholar from Grecia.
Pythagoras.
Get them! Try this on for size. You won't escape! Attack! Taste my blade! Taste my blade! Try this on for size! You want to get back quickly? Avoid their swords!
Knowing Leonardo, I suppose he spoke of his discovery to whomever would listen. Did you notice any robed men around him?
Why would I spend my time at the workshop when I can go out and have fun? Ask the master himself when we get there.
Spectrum, thank you so very much for the 50 bits. Thank you, I really appreciate that.
Why do they keep trying to steal?
Maestro!
They took him.
No! He must be here!
The temple he discovered. Where is it?
Leonardo!
Salai, if you want to save him, tell me where the temple is.
I do not know.
Cazzo!
Ezio, something is written on the floor.
What does it say?
I cannot read. Leonardo promised to teach me, but now...
Villa. Paintings. He wants us to examine art?
I remember when Leonardo lived at your villa, he was researching the location of the catacombs.
Several of his paintings hung in the gallery there. What do they have to do with the temple?
Perhaps the pages of his research are hidden in one of the frames.
The paintings are gone. They all burned in the attack.
No, they did not. Only Leda and St. John, the Borgia, took the rest.
6 paintings.
5. I told the art merchant that Portrait of a Lady was by Leonardo. I needed the money for a doublet. Of course, now it has gone out of fashion.
Who has the paintings now?
Lucrezia Borgia, in her husband's palazzo outside Ferrara.
Then it is time I took back what was stolen.
I roll the dice. Beggars. I wonder if they're going to be in Assassin's Creed Mirage.
For the benefit of all Romans, houses presently on the side are to be taken.
Ezio just finds a random body. I'm going to loot from him. The guards in Assassin's Creed 1 will be like, "Thief, you are filth!" Belreguardo, 1506. This little maze area, it always reminds me of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, when you have to sneak into the palace. The one who got away. Infiltrate Belreguardo Palazzo to find Lucrezia Borgia and discover the locations of the stolen Villa paintings. Full synchronization, do not kill anyone.
Did you have an enjoyable ride, Duchessa?
Hardly. I raced across the grounds at breakneck speed for fear of a knife in my back.
I do not understand, Duchessa. Who is trying to kill you?
My father kept them at bay, kept me safe. Now they chase after me. They want my head.
But, Signora...
The countryside was supposed to be serene. Death follows me even here. Increase the patrols and warn me of any intruders. No one is allowed in the palazzo but my husband's private guard.
You heard the Duchessa! Sound the alarm if an intruder is spotted! Poor Alfonso. His wife has gone mad.
What is the meaning of this? I am supposed to shine the Duchessa's shoes.
No one is allowed in the palazzo.
Is she going to shine her own shoes then?
What the Duchessa does or does not do is of no concern to us.
What a life this is, let me tell you.
I would rather...
I love how he's like,
I will complain
This
to
do-
the Duke.
As long as you are stuck on that side, no one will hear you.
I have had enough.
Stay where you are.
Let me through!
You must wait until the Duchessa allows you to pass.
I love that little exchange there between those two. She's going to shine her own shoes then?
That close.
Oh.
What is the meaning of this? I am supposed to shine the Duchessa's shoes.
No one is allowed in the palazzo.
Is she going to shine her own shoes then?
What the Duchessa does or does not do is of no concern to us.
What a life this is, let me tell you.
I would rather you did not.
I will complain to the Duke.
As long as you are stuck on that side, no one will hear you.
I have had enough.
Stay where you are.
Let me through!
You must wait until the Duchessa allows you to pass.
I heard that Luca has borrowed guards from the Pope himself to watch over his palazzo.
Julius has lent Alfonso several of his guards in return for siding with the Pope against Ravenna.
We shall see how long that alliance lasts.
Come to kill me at last, assassino?
Buongiorno, Lucrezia. Or should I say, Duchessa.
A borrowed title bestowed by my husband. Ill-fitting and barely concealing the truth.
You can keep your life. I am here for the art on your walls.
Redecorating, are we?
I count 5 Leonardo da Vinci paintings you have stolen, and I want them returned.
If only it were that easy. My birthplace, my family have been taken from me. You think Ferrara loves me? I am a stranger, a castaway, an orphan. Your paintings are gone, assassino.
I do not believe you.
Frightening, is it not? To have lost so much? Perhaps we can comfort each other.
Perhaps. Where are the paintings?
Sold to Francesco Colonna. And one to someone who was special to me. Patrizio. He spends his time near Il Vaticano. I kept one for myself.
Give it to me.
Guards! Place Da Vinci's Annunciation in a cart. Leave it outside the walls.
Molto bene. Now, close your eyes.
My husband will soon arrive with his guards, so it is best if you... hurry.
Forgive me, Duchessa.
What for?
No man can heal your pain. You must do so on your own. Say hello to the Duca for me.
Guards! Guards!
Eccolo! There! There! Hurry! I'm losing him! He won't get far. Aha! No mercy for you!
Perfect. Route up if I fall.
The Annunciation. Mortal Kombat, The Annunciation. Coming soon to a cinema near you. Hey there, Daniel. Welcome on in, dude. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, things are going great. How about yourself?
The Holy See has agreed.
I like how Ezio trolls Lucrezia there by making her think that he's going to accept her advances, and he's just like, you know, close your eyes. I'm sorry, Duquesa. What for? So it's funny with missions like that, because you're not allowed to, you know, the full sync requirement was not allowed to actually kill anyone. Which is so funny when it's like something like that in the Assassin's Creed games. You know that thing that you do that you're really good at? You're not allowed to do it for this mission. It's a miracle, I tell you. It's a miracle. Oh, that's excellent, Daniel. I'm glad that you're going great. Absolutely. Yeah, we finished the main game in the last stream, and so now I'm doing the DLC where Leonardo da Vinci gets captured and you have to rescue him. It's kind of cool with this DLC as well, because it adds a little bit of a Indiana Jones type thing where you're after, you know, something specific. Santa Maria del Popolo. The other thing that's cool about this DLC as well is that there's a character that was in Assassin's Creed 2, and in that game you get directed to the character. If you didn't do this DLC and never played it, you would think that this character only appears in Assassin's Creed 2 and Revelations, but he actually appears in this DLC as well, creating a trilogy, and that character is Duccio, and in all instances you get to rough him up, which is kind of like a running punching gag of the Ezio trilogy.
You are here for the painting?
Yes, Patrizio.
Testing, testing. Testing, testing. So having controller issues lately, actually. Yesterday there was an issue with the controller where it would just turn itself off even though the battery was full. And so for the rest of yesterday's stream I took the battery out and then had the charger cable plugged in and kept on doing that. So I think that's what's causing it, the cable being in the controller. But it just goes to show that the Xbox Series S and X controllers are absolutely shit. They have all these issues that happen. So if you're going to buy an Xbox Series S, just keep your Xbox One controller if you have an Xbox One. Don't worry about buying, or don't worry about using the controller that comes with it, because you get all these issues that happen. You have full battery and then the controller turns itself off. You have all these issues. Thanks for pointing that out though. Thank you very much, Consoldat. Yeah, there's always some technical issue with the Xbox when it comes to streaming. I can't get away from it. There's always something. But I've got a PlayStation 5 now, so there's games that in the future that I would normally stream on the Xbox that I'm going to be streaming on the PlayStation. Like for example, Assassin's Creed Origins. The Xbox version, when I'm streaming it, that static crackle comes on the broadcast. But when I do my annual playthrough of that this year, I'm actually going to be streaming it from the PS5. I'm going to get the game for that. But yeah, there's just too many issues that pop up. If I wasn't a streamer, it wouldn't worry about it, because obviously the sound only comes through on the stream. It never comes through for me in my own headphones. There's no crackling, audio, anything on my end. It only comes through on the stream. But that there was a different kind of thing. Hey there, Nemesis. Memento Mori. Tell Lucrezia's old flame, Patrizio, to find the Leonardo painting she gave him in memory of their love. Full synchronization, do not use the rooftops during the tale.
The camera Rionale asks all residents to please visually ascertain whether or not the street is empty before throwing trash from their windows and shoes. The Camerlengo will be using public funds to replace his tablet. At the request of the conductor...
What kind of trash? Sardines? Pop your champion! Corner the...
I love how that herald was talking about people just throwing rubbish out of their window to the street below without even looking if someone's walking past or not. And from what I gather from what they said, it seems that the person that got hit...
Sultana sent it to me as a present. I want it out of my house.
We will be glad to add it to our collection. As agreed, the master waits at your palazzo to take it off your hands.
She thought I would be pleased with such a gift after she married another man?
The ways of men and women are strange, but Hermes teaches us that through careful study, both may be brought into harmony.
Doubtless. One such as Lucrezia has never crossed your path.
And I get that the person that was walking past when the person threw the rubbish out of the window was someone of great importance, or someone who was very rich. Then the herald is like, the money to repair their doublet that they were wearing will come out of public funds.
Enough! All right, have it your way!
Nemesis, in your opinion, from the older AC games, Brotherhood captured the atmosphere of its era perfect, superb. Yeah, and the other thing I love about this game is the music. And it does feel good to have the chain kills. Daniel, using rooftops will result in breaking reality, but diving off a 350-meter building into a hay bale won't? Because everyone does that. I did that the other day. Nothing bad happened. It was completely fine. Just a bit itchy from the hay, but apart from that, nothing else bad. Yeah, Nemesis.
What is it? What's going on?
Damn peasants.
Come with me.
If they do, I don't know how much further you could remaster it from this remaster, but... Hey there, Fewer. Oh, that's excellent. Glad to hear that. That's good.
Leave me be! I'm no threat to anyone!
That's right, Nemesis. Yeah, the Ezio trilogy in the collection is all the remasters of them. Oh, are you really, Fewer? Well, I hope you've been enjoying yourself. Late night breakfast? Awesome.
You will complete the sale?
Of course. That woman used false passion to seduce me. The error lies in her Spanish blood. I know it.
Such untruths you so casually utter based on little more than a name. These countries, these groups make such easy targets for the lazy and ignorant.
You should tell her that, the high and mighty Duquesa. Putana! I have changed my mind. That painting does not deserve to belong to anyone!
Take the painting and examine it for clues. Be careful. Human hands aided by a fierce intelligence made that. Treat it with respect. Go.
Go?
What's going on?
I'm only visiting. I don't know what's going on. Nemesis, you'll be picking up that collection soon. That's cool. You also get all the DLC content for all 3 games included as well. Hey Ghostface, you just started Origins and you can already see you're having fun with the world and stealth, which is always good. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that game has such a great atmosphere. They really brought to life that whole setting really, really well. And the music is amazing too. Such great characters in Bayek and Aya. Oh yeah, exactly, Fewer, that's right. Yeah, it definitely is an OP kind of move. I'm glad that they have a cooldown period for it though, so you just can't spam it, but I definitely can understand why people would see it as something that the game shouldn't have had. But at the same time, it's just so cool. So satisfying too when you're surrounded by enemies that are pissing you off, and you're just like, fuck this, you just hold down the button to do the arrow storm and kill them all. Yeah, they are, Daniel, you know. There's so much fun to be had with the games in this series, like...
What the devil is he doing?
And there's so many now that it's, there's so many just different kinds of, styles and things. Yeah, Black Flag is great too. I really like that game a lot. Can't believe it's celebrating its 10th anniversary this year as well. If you like the allied assassins in 3 that also can't die, but come to think of it, you think the move in general can be OP. That's true. Yeah, it was interesting the approach that 3 took with the recruits, where it's like you only had a set amount and they were fully fleshed out characters. They had their own, you know, unique characteristics, and then they had their own skill that was different from the other assassin recruit skill. You know, I didn't mind that kind of thing. I just wish that they brought that back later on, but brought it back in a way where you had more advanced stuff that you could do with the mechanic. You know, like have each recruit have their own story and all that, and then once they're recruited, their story doesn't end there either. You know, give each assassin a story arc that you play through, or that you can if you want to, but also have an approach where you can mark on the location on a map where you want each assassin recruit to stay. You could put one on top of a rooftop, you could put one blending with a crowd, you could put one inside of a haystack, you could have one, you know, pretending to be someone else, you know, and have them all sit around, and then that way, if something messes up, if you mess up in assassinating the target, at least you've got other assassins set up around the game area that can actually take care of the enemy that you missed, for example.
Buongiorno. Is this the home of Francesco Colonna?
It was. But now the banks own everything. We have lost it all.
Even the Da Vinci paintings?
A lesser part of Signore's collection.
I have an interest in them nonetheless.
The 3 paintings were put up for auction and purchased by a merchant of Firenze. He prepares to set sail from the harbor immediately.
Grazie mille.
Duccio. We're going to be seeing Duccio again. Bon voyage! Recover Leonardo's paintings before the merchant sails away with them. Full synchronization do not be detected by the robed disciples. Yeah, Daniel, yeah, it's just something to expand it a bit further as well. Kind of like a complex intelligence OP. Yeah, you know. And you could also have a thing where you could control each recruit at any point. So you could set the main character on a rooftop, right? But you could also switch to the other assassins you've set up in other areas and move them around if you wanted to, or things like that. Hey there, Templar, welcome on in.
For sins of revealed flesh. I got one of them. The one major alteration is those colors? Vergonia!
He must be late. And she must be beautiful.
Alright, so Duccio is a character that's in Assassin's Creed 2. He's not in the main game of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, but if you do this DLC, you'll actually meet him. And he's also in Assassin's Creed Revelations.
I saw another.
Ezio Auditore. Come back down to the harbor when I return to Roma. I will show you the inside of my ship. Living in this third-rate city instead of beautiful Firenze? How low you have sunk.
Duccio, we are not children anymore.
Look around. I have help this time, and you are all alone.
I am warning you.
Well, we are only talking, are we not? I see this place has worked its magic on your sister. She did not want to open her legs in Firenze, but now she is the Madame of Roma. Cazzo! Why are you just standing there? Hit him! You can hit me, but that does not mean Firenze will take you back. Dirty Roman!
Vergognatevi!
Your father pretended to be one of us, but we all knew you were outsiders.
Mannaggia!
Get him!
Mannaggia!
You will get what you deserve!
You are going to shut your mouth and give me what I want. The 3 Da Vinci paintings.
One is on the boat. The other 2 were sold to a cardinal. He is displaying them for high-ranking members of the church.
How do I get in?
How should I know? Go ask your whore of a sister. I am sure she has slept with a couple of cardinals. Ah!
So it's not canon to do what I'm going to do, but you can throw him in the water, and considering he's unconscious, I assume throwing him in the water would mean he drowns. But we do see him in Revelations though. But yeah, if you never played this DLC, then you never encountered Duccio. So you might think that it's only AC2 in Revelations that you see him in. But it's kind of cool to have him in something like this. Plus to carry on the running gag of him always getting punched by Ezio. But we haven't finished the memory yet, so we still need to make sure for the optional objective we don't get detected by the robed enemies. I think I should be safe on this rooftop. Templar, 2 big things have come into play for your life. You kind of picked up smoking, so that's new for you, and you're nursing baby squirrels. They fell out of a tree while you were at work, so you brought them home. Oh, cool. That's awesome that you're nursing those squirrels. So they fell out of a tree. Damn. I hope that they're okay, and that they'll be okay. But that's awesome, Templar, that you're doing that. Nemesis, you heard Revelations is underrated. I don't know. I mean, I don't really look out for discussions on underrated versus overrated in the AC community overall, so I don't really know which games are considered underrated really. But Revelations I feel is a great game. Viewer, how is Rome a third rate city compared to Firenze? Not sure, to be honest. Templar, Rome was a shithole back then, was it? I wouldn't know, I wasn't there. I'm just joking. Nemesis, Madame of Rome. That's true. Yeah, although Claudia doesn't actually partake in what the courtesans partake in, but she is the Madame of that establishment. Bill, you mean a shithole like a crowded city full of crime, or was Rome not the centre of power in Italy in the early 1500s? Also, why does Duccio have so many allies to summon in his fight? Yeah, he must have bought them all off, must have a lot of money. Templar, crowded as fuck with the plague still running around, it was literally a shithole. Yeah, not the place you'd want to be then. He has money, that's true. Nemesis, go ask your sister, lol. Yeah, the audacity of him to still, you know, pay out his sister when he's already had his face bashed in. Viewer, each of the beat-ups he receives in the 3 games are well-deserved. They really, really are, Viewer. They absolutely are. He definitely gets what is coming to him. Templar, you've quickly gone from welder to vet in one day. Fortunately, not all enemies were killed, but majority were, and we've only got 1 left, so that helps really, really good. There we go. That's that painting acquired. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, that's why I was saving up the arrow storm. Very effective there in that mission.
A week-long outdoor pasta festa. This spring remain.
Templar, the Vatican is not a part of Rome or even part of Italy, it's its own country. Yeah, I was actually surprised to find that out. You know, I didn't realize that the Vatican was more than just the name of the actual, you know, I guess building or structure where the Pope lives. I didn't realize that it's actually its own country in and of itself. And it's so interesting when you think about the fact that not just anyone can waltz in and have a look around either, I imagine. So it makes you wonder what secrets the Vatican are actually still hiding to this day. But there's certainly a lot of talk about how the Bible as we know it, not every single element of it was actually kept. There were some, you know, chapters of it completely taken out and edited, which calls into question the people who believe that it's literally the Word of God printed on paper. Because if so, then why would the church not want the full Word of God to be on full display for everyone? Could it be that there's something in those chapters that the church didn't actually like and they didn't want their followers knowing about?
Buongiorno. Have you ladies heard of an art viewing somewhere in the city?
You have returned to Rome.
With just enough time to visit you.
Ezio, do not lie to me.
I need to get inside a private showing of the Vinci paintings.
There is a viewing at the Castel Sant'Angelo later today. You will need an invitation. Fortunately, I know where you can procure one. It will give you access to the lower floors. Only cardinals are allowed higher.
I knew I could count on you.
Si. Some of my girls will accompany you. Buona fortuna, and don't get caught.
Claudia. So this DLC is actually the last bit of content I'll be doing for the playthrough. Therefore, the last time we'll see we'll see Claudia. And Maria too. We don't see her after Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Last minute invite. Retrieve the invitation to the art exhibition inside the nobleman's courtyard without getting caught. Full sync. Do not let guards discover any dead bodies inside the restricted areas. Not sure, Templar, I don't know about those kinds of things. Daniel, true, the parts that were inconvenient for Rome and their dominance were edited out. That's it, you know, and that kind of thing, you know, makes you wonder, because you think about back then, all they had was physical copies of stuff. So it's one of those things where unless everything was burned to a crisp, that was really the only way, or if you destroyed it in other means, that's the only way that you could prevent documents from actually existing still, you know. But as we know, obviously things still got through. And you think about now how, you know, so many copies of something can be made because it's not something physical anymore, you know. Templar, shit. You want to start a country and go to war with Vatican City, you can legally start a country in the States or wherever due to some loopholes. Yeah, I don't know, good luck with that. Then on some pretty obvious things were added in, like Jesus giving the keys to heaven to the empire that executed him. Yeah, how's that? It's like, thank you so much for executing me. Here, have the keys to the kingdom.
Will be blessed by the bringing out of Giotto's ascension and San Cosmola's
So it doesn't tell you this, but you also can't... Oh, it does tell you that. That's right. It does. Never mind.
last week, greatly distressing Senator De Rossi. A procession to mark San Vincenzo di Vernazzanos crossing the road with the Lake of San Duarte will be blessed by the bringing out of Giotto's ascension.
Nice view for a girl.
All yours.
Aspetta! Hold there! Lo fai lo sconto ai militari!
The invitation is not here.
I will deliver it to Signori.
You are not going anywhere!
As much as I want to take
I have my orders.
you won't get him. Bastard won't get far.
Got it.
On him!
Bastard won't get far. Come on.
Not so smug now,
Seems all tied up.
You are about to step in serious merda! Perla, ma allora!
Viewer, is it mentioned somewhere when Maria died? According to the wiki, she died in 1504. What year does this DLC take place? So I think it said 1509. Let's see what the actual game says about Maria. Alright, so it doesn't say her date of death. Date of birth 1432. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Temple, you miss the armor of Brutus in this game? Oh, you do? Temple, if Shitty really hits the fan, you've got something that will make them really unstable and powerful, do you? Interesting.
Come with me. Once we get inside, I will mark the paintings for you to steal. Bring them to Leonardo's workshop. Capito?
Invitation?
Here.
Oh my. Come back soon. I hope.
The look on this guy's face always cracks me up. The Ezio Auditore affair. Locate Leonardo's paintings at the art exposition and mark them while remaining undetected. Full synchronization. Do not use any type of ranged weaponry. So this is actually a play on the title of a movie called The Thomas Crown Affair. There was an original version with Steve McQueen, then there was a remake with Pierce Brosnan, and they did a sequel to that remake as well. But The Ezio Auditore Affair is a play on that movie title. And that movie also deals with paintings that are getting stolen as well. Templar, shit done, a backwoods brewed, unclean AF Trevor from GTA 5 Special, because we can't say that word on Twitch. Ghostface, you also went into Origins, and when you play Odyssey, because you may actually try out Odyssey, and if you don't like it, then you'll drop it. But you're going into them not expecting an AC game, and expecting a game that is inspired by aspects of them, but are games of their own. It's kind of hard, though, when the cover of it is literally called Assassin's Creed, but it's been going well with that mindset. Yeah, definitely treat it also as like an RPG genre game, not an Assassin's Creed one. Because there's so much stuff that is wrong about it as an Assassin's Creed game, you know. Daniel, going to make a move. I'll see you later, everyone. Have fun rescuing everyone's favorite manic inventor. Thank you so much, Dan. I definitely will. Thanks for joining and having a bit of a chat. I hope you have a really good one.
How daring! I have not seen an Annunciation from this angle before.
The composition suffers, I feel. The light of God is not properly expressed. It does not move me.
You are truly stuck in your ways, my friend.
The upper floors are now open to the cardinals who wish to see additional expressions of devotion.
Yeah, I do, Templar. Yeah, I remember Inglorious Bastards. Here's the sequel, Inglorious Rednecks, is it? Thanks for redeeming the Bane impression, Ghostface.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally, but you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding.
Thanks for redeeming that, Ghostface. I know he's not comic book accurate, but for that version of Bane, I think Tom Hardy did a great job. Very imposing physically. It was good to have a different kind of threat to Bruce Wayne, Batman. Because in Dark Knight you had a psychological threat with the Joker, then you had a physical one with Bane. Oh, well, thanks, Ghostface. I'm glad that you like that. Thank you again for redeeming it. Templar, good character, but you think in the wrong place. Really feels like it should have been Deathstroke instead of Bane. Yeah, I could see him being a villain that they could have used instead of Bane. So I still can't use ranged weapons for the optional objective. Hey there, Zereth. Welcome on in. Wait, Bane grew up evil. Bane grew up. He wasn't fully formed that way.
Two of the paintings are missing! Be on the lookout for a thief!
Thief, you are filth. Templar, you'd mark all the paintings. You need more decor in your house. Yeah. Mark all of them. There we go. That's all the paintings. Courtesans are like, this is bullshit. Salve Mario. Thanks for leaving the lurk, Zereth.
I am much... Cittadini, that displays of public drunkenness and lewdness will all be tolerated within limits.
A recent increase in temperature has rendered the terrain inhospitable, and several casualties have been reported.
Am I dreaming this?
Have you found anything?
Nothing is there. No pages, nothing.
That cannot be. Something must be special about them. Think.
I'm done thinking. These paintings are a blank slate.
Salai. Doesn't Leonardo conceal his research?
He frequently writes backwards. Ezio, he also experimented with inks, including an ink that vanishes. But we can't see invisible ink. Can we? Ezio, use your gift!
You know about that too?
Leonardo has loose lips. Don't tell him anything, otherwise he'll tell everyone. Decoding Da Vinci. Piece Leonardo's hidden drawing back together to discover the entrance to the catacombs containing the Pythagorean temple. Full synchronization. Discover the location of the catacombs in under 5 minutes. Ghostface, you watched the Dark Knight movies like 4 months back. You're very slowly getting through Batman 2022. We also have this question: do you know if the 2019 Joker movie and Batman 2022 are connected? No idea, to be honest. I haven't seen the new Batman movie yet, but I think I remember reading that he was going to have that be a separate universe to whatever else they're doing with DC right now. Templar, like, I don't give a fuck how hard it is. I want the painting of Jesus on the cross in my parlor by 5 PM. They're not connected at all. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think everything needs to be connected, but...
There are drawings on the painting.
We were right!
This one has been searched entirely. One drawing here. There were 2 in this one as well. I see a drawing. Everything found. I found one. I found 2 drawings. Got one.
You have finished with that one, I see.
I have found all the images. They seem to fit together.
Draw them already!
Bring me paper and ink.
Is that a map? Show me the entrance.
I must first position its pieces.
Wait. What about the burned paintings?
It is likely the missing parts will not be needed.
Care to bet on that?
No.
Hey there, Sherbot. Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? Welcome, everyone. There we go, got it.
Here, the entrance to the catacombs.
Go. Bring him back to me.
Hang on, old friend. I am coming.
There we go, so that one was time sensitive for the optional objective, but we got it done in under 5 minutes. Oh, it's going well, Sherbot. We're doing the DLC where Leonardo da Vinci gets captured, so we're working to rescue him. And we're almost done, actually. This next mission is the final one. But yeah, it's been going good. How's things with you? How was your stream? Ghostface, you thought it'd be cool if they were connected. You were kind of hoping they were. The Joker movie is an amazing thriller, though. You still don't know if you like Heath's Joker. Always struggle with Hoquinn's name. Or Mark's Joker from the games. That's understandable. Because there's just so many different things about each version. You know, they do so many things differently as well. Sherbot, it was fun. You played guitar and Jackbox. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I'm glad that you had a fun time. It's always good. You really enjoy watching AC, though you haven't played much. Yeah, I mean, there's so many games now, too, in the series. It's kind of hard for me to recommend people who might not have played them before which one to start with, because, you know, there's just so many, and the first game was 2007, you know, so that's how far back now the series goes. Fewer Joker 2019 had Harkonnen in almost every single frame of the entire movie, and it worked. Oh, really, Fewer? Yeah, I still need to see that movie too, but it'll probably take me a decade, because nowadays I don't really watch movies that much anymore. Someone gifted you the Viking one, but you haven't got too deep. Oh yeah, the latest one. Yeah, well, it is the latest, but it's been out for 3 years almost now. But that's good that they gifted that to you, though. That's awesome. But there's a lot in that too. Well, there's so much content. Every time they added a DLC, it almost felt like every DLC that they added over the 2 years had extra skills added on top as well that you could unlock. The Temple of Pythagoras. Enter the catacombs to find Leonardo and free him from his captors. Full synchronization, do not lose any health squares. When I do this DLC and finish it, that'll be the end of the playthrough, but I'll be streaming still. But I'll be ending the stream after the DLC is done, so I can set up for the next Assassin's Creed game.
I cannot comprehend why you have turned against the ideals we always held dear. Trust is a terrible thing. You are betraying mine.
Tell me where the entrance is. How naive of me. To have thought you sought knowledge as I did. Why seek knowledge without putting it to use? We have the chance to fashion a better world. One in which we have the freedom to shape our own destiny. And what if I choose not to be a part of your vision? That is foolish. Do you not see? We can banish ignorance. Free people from their social classes and kingdoms, from their animal emotions. Everyone will have the truth at their grasp. Beating me down here in the dark enlightens the people of Italia?
The Pythagorean unifier is in the temple. We both know it. That number is coupled to all nature, all things. It is the source. With it, we can open the minds and souls of men. We can fill them with knowledge.
As above, so below.
That is the Hermetic vow.
Together we will make mankind into gods. Now show me the entrance. Why? Do you not know where it is? How could I? You know mankind's wants and needs. I assume discovering the location of a simple hidden entrance would be an easy feat.
Where is it?
Guess.
I am finished with your obstinacy. Procedete!
Stop! Ezio Auditore! You who arrested Cesare Borgia, who stopped the spread of Roman ignorance, convince our friend Leonardo to open the temple and usher in the golden age of mankind.
Should I persuade our friend by kicking him? Or would you rather I used my knife?
On the contrary, there is nothing I would like more than an amiable solution. Help Leonardo see reason. With the Pythagorean Unifier, we will remake humanity together.
Not under my creed.
Then the revolution will begin without you. Ucciderlo!
Escape! Ora!
Leonardo, I must know!
Now, on him!
That one is very familiar.
No!
Go! Stop him!
Very foolish.
Stay away from me, assassino! We are all the same. You... an assassin? The enemy of knowledge?
One must choose to search for truth. Forcing it on others accomplishes little.
These lost people... warring kingdoms... I would have ended their suffering.
Che tu possa conoscere la verità nella morte. Requiescat in pace.
I can't remember the character's name. We'll just call him Dude.
Come, let us leave this place.
We cannot, Ezio. Not without reaching the final room of the temple.
You are hurt.
I will be fine. If that number is left intact, we risk another madman discovering it. Coming?
Take that torch. I will lead the way.
Thank goodness I sent Massimo to look for my paintings. It delayed their progress significantly.
Sure, but you're so slow at games, you have so many to finish. Yeah, it can get like that, you know, you get a backlog and you think, shit, which game will I do next? And then you go, oh, that's that one, and then you got, oh, there's 50 other more left. Ghostface, do you know if it's weird to have purple equipment so early into Origins, or is it just the fact that you're exploring and rewarded for it? Yeah, that's a great thing, like, it can be difficult, but even if you go into areas that are way beyond your level, and you can manage to sneak in, the game doesn't prevent you from, like, looting items or opening chests to loot them if you're fully, you know, alert, so you can actually grab that stuff. You might die, but it'll still remember that you've opened that that chest and gotten that item. But yeah, you can most certainly explore and find a lot of stuff like that and get it that way. Anakin, robed monk looting is very stonks. Yeah, the bloody robed monks in this game can be annoying, like this DLC in particular, because that's the only point where they show up, but they can be a pain in the ass. Nemesis, the special effects after the attacks are good on Brotherhood. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting all the little details that go into games like this, even back then, in 2010. Sure, but when the Matrix breaks the fourth wall, and when there's a glitch, you see a black cat twice in a row, doing the same thing, it's like, there's a glitch. Nemesis, special effects on weapon strikes are good on Brotherhood. Yeah.
The Pythagoreans believed that the soul moved through cracks in the earth, Like a beam of light, it ignites fire, which symbolizes knowledge.
Ghostface, is it weird having a bow that could practically rapid fire 30 minutes or so early in the game? Oh yeah. You got the light bows, which allow you to do that, where you basically get 3 shots off every time. Then you got the warrior bow, which allows you to shoot, I think, 3 arrows at once. And you got like the predator bow, which you can unlock a skill so you can make the arrow zoom through the air in first-person view and control it a little bit. And then you got like your hunter bow as well and stuff like that.
Now I can get back up here.
You are almost there!
Easy for you to say.
We must continue onward! I suppose Salai is out having fun spending my hard-earned florins.
He is safe at home.
I am relieved. About the florins, of course.
You do not need to lie to me. Salai fits you. I approve.
I am...
Leonardo da Vinci at a loss for words. That is a first.
This room could use some light. Do you hear that? The sound of wind. The Pythagoreans believed all the forces of nature could be whittled down to numbers. Mathematica can then act on nature, allowing man to harness nature's power.
I always laugh at the look on the statue, on the wall statue face.
Now I can get back up here.
Exactly, Anakin. This is the kind of stuff that I also miss.
The wheel is turning. You are channeling the air. Keep going.
The series,
Perfect. A route up if I fall.
locations that are structured like this when it comes to traversing. It's just not the same anymore, especially with how the camera and everything works as well, and like how the platforming sections are actually set up and all that kind of thing. The way that you move the characters through the game environment nowadays doesn't suit this style of thing anymore. So when they do try it now, it feels a bit of a hollow imitation.
Only one final room before we reach the center. How unexpected. Delightful.
The fire of knowledge.
Correct. Harmony was achieved for the Pythagoreans when multiplicity became unity, when many thoughts combined to form one original idea.
When many thoughts combine to form one original idea. Makes me think about how originality doesn't strictly come from only one thing that makes it completely original. It's multiple things that come together to create that originality. So the first person who decided, hey, how about we do a comedy movie where it's also scary? You know, you got two different things. A comedy had already been done before, a horror movie had already been done before, but let's combine the two. That creates an original combination, right? So this idea that everything that is original has nothing of something from before is a bit misleading, because there's so much stuff that, if not for something earlier in the timeline of events, the later thing wouldn't come into existence. Anakin? Wow, that's like X... 2 plus Y 2 equals Z2, yeah. I was never good with that kind of stuff myself. Yes, Showbot, everything gets built off of each other.
That could help if I fall.
One thing inspires someone else.
Yes. How enlightening.
Very funny.
Someone sees a different perspective on the same thing, and, you know, the other person might not have thought of it before, but it creates something that's new. Hey there, Afro. Welcome on in. Nothing is original. Everything is a remake. Yeah, I guess you could take that view, that everything's a remake. But then even things that people think were original were actually remakes as well. But then you get things that, you know, inspire later things. Sure, what? Everything is Pythagorean. Every single thing ever. Even pizza is Pythagorean. The way that these light up, it makes me think of a hot plate on an oven. Like the... just the patterning of it. Pizza and pie go hand in hand. They sure do. But they don't really last long in my hands when I have them. Platforming in this can be tricky here because the camera likes to move a bit on its own. So if you're one of those players that likes to move your camera before you make a jump, have to be extra careful sometimes in this part. Because where the game decides to put the camera might make your camera move, put it on an angle where you won't make a jump. Like, I've been caught on this before. You would think that Ezio could make that jump like this, but he actually gets stopped by that little bit of wall that's jutting out. So what you need though when you're hungry, you consume pizza at a rapid rate. I do not blame you one bit at all. I love pizza. A lot of these symbols that we see, not all of them, but some of them are also used in Assassin's Creed Unity when it comes to the Enigma.
Unity is achieved, but the door is not opening.
When it comes to the Enigma puzzles. Like this symbol where Ezio's feet currently are, that's also used in Unity. Same with this one, and this one, and this one.
Leonardo, come here. Recognize these symbols?
No. Wait. These are the symbols that were shown to me by the Apple of Eden. They are in the wrong order. Let me just... If I rearrange these... Done!
The sunniest of rays, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that.
I know this architecture.
Those are not Pythagorean symbols. 43, 39, 19, N, 75, 27, 42, W. Nothing. The cult of Hermes is wrong. The number is meaningless. You are leaving?
No mere number can repair the world. Come, my friend. Help me charter a ship to Navarre. I must finish with Cesare Borgia. It is not intended for us.
Ezio, what are you not telling me?
What else are you working on?
Well, I have begun several dissection studies. Then King Louis XII seems interested in hiring me as an engineer. Oh, yes, I'm thinking of repainting the St. John lost in the Villa fire. Salai would model for it again, of course. Then, perhaps I will study a woman with child to see how her body changes.
Interesting. Tell me more.
You can sedate Desmond now. We have the information we needed. It's too...
Okay, game cutting off their dialogue there. He seems to have entered some kind of coma. This is true. So if you do this DLC when you still haven't finished the main game, the whole entry into the DLC is different. So because I left it to the last thing, it means that William Miles and whoever else is talking to him, who is Desmond's father, William Miles, they're the ones that point out that Ezio seems to be remembering something else. Afro, well, he said Unity is achieved, so... Sure, but it's funny you in the game almost said it at the same time. Yeah, it's funny like that, when things just seem to time right. And they could have reminisced this DLC in Odyssey, but no. Best DLC ever, absolute gem. Yeah, it would have been good to have a callback to this scenario in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because obviously that game deals with Pythagoras. Like, literally Pythagoras. Afro, now those coordinates of the cave in AC3, which explains how after AC Revelations, William and gang are already there at the start of AC3. Yeah, exactly, Afro, that's the thing, right? Because when you play Assassin's Creed Revelations, you might be like, how the hell do they know exactly where to go to take Desmond when they weren't even told? But you're right, the coordinates that we saw there, that Leonardo and Ezio saw in their time period, are the same coordinates that lead to that cave, where we'll find William Miles and Sean and Rebecca and Desmond in Assassin's Creed 3. Afro, speaking of Louis, Leonardo lived his last years in France, did he? Oh, really? Ah. Yeah, he's, like, the way that they used him in this series was excellent. The way that they had Leonardo. And it's so cool at the end there where he's sort of like, he completely forgets about the number that he just saw and how disappointing it was that it doesn't mean anything to him, but then gets, you know, caught up in telling Ezio what his latest, you know, projects are. Hey there, Metallica. Damn, Roger, take a break away from everything for a while and you come back with new folk in the community. We're growing, ain't we, lol? Yeah, Metallica, absolutely. You know, that's a great thing about being a streamer is you have, you know, new people that also come along and, you know, it's all awesome. Welcome back, Metallica. So this is the end of the playthrough for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, but it is not the end of my stream day. What I'll be doing is taking a small break so I can actually set up for Assassin's Creed Revelations. That's the next game in the series that I'll be doing. That's part of my annual series marathon playthroughs. For that game, I'm doing a no HUD challenge. So there's no other challenges except for the fact that I won't be playing with the HUD on at all. I'll be doing all the optional objectives again, like I have with Brotherhood. But I won't be doing every single bit of content in Revelations. I will be doing the Lost Archives DLC, I know that for sure. I'll be doing all the Master Assassin missions and that kind of stuff. But that's the next game that I'll be tackling, is Assassin's Creed Revelations. Just want to thank everyone so much for watching this stream. Really appreciate it. I will be back in probably about 10 minutes, I'd say, with Assassin's Creed Revelations to kick off that playthrough. Thanks again, Sherbot, for the raid. I really appreciate that. And thank you as well, Sunniest of Rays, for the follow also. Thanks for the GGs, Anakin. I appreciate that. Sherbot, thank you. Might talk to you soon, friend. GGs. Absolutely no trouble at all, Sherbot. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you again for the raid as well. What I definitely recommend people check out Sherbot's channel is doing Jackbox party packs, but is also a streamer who plays guitar and streams playing guitar. So if you're looking for someone who does video games but also actually plays music and an instrument, highly recommend checking out Sherbot for that as well. Thanks for the GG's, Nemesis. Appreciate that. Thanks for the GG, Anakin, and Sherbot as well. No problem at all, Sherbot. More than happy to give the shout out. Metallica, yep, when I found your stream quite some time ago, you gave you something to laugh at and keep your mind off everything while you weren't on your motorcycle. You're a damn good man who you're blessed to call friend. Well, thank you so very much, Metallica, for that. You know, I'm glad that my streams have been able to give you something to laugh at, you know, and to keep your mind off things. And it's always good when you can find, you know, people and also things that are very helpful as well. So thank you so much, Metallica, for being part of this community as well. I really do appreciate that. That's okay, Ghostface. No trouble at all. Thank you for being here too. Glad that you enjoyed the stream as well. See you, Ezio. See you in a few years' time. From his perspective. Well, thank you, Sherbot, as well, for the kind words. I do appreciate that too. And I'm glad that you are glad to be part of the community as well. Thank you so much for that. Glad to have you here too.